Hey everyone, Saintsfan here, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video. Today, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at those brand new screenshots that Rockstar released earlier this morning on their Newswire because there's a lot of juicy information in them. Also, the screenshots that I'm going to be showing are actually a little bit higher quality than the ones they had on their Newswire, so we can see some stuff a little bit better. But we'll go ahead and start with the first picture they had in the Newswire. These two guys doing wheelies on the bikes. Now, this first picture is great for all the people out there who aren't fans of the traditional cruiser or chopper style bikes. That's the first thing you'll notice right off the bat. Both of these two bikes are somewhat sport related. The red one, that's the main part of this picture, it kind of reminds me of a trials bike, and I'll show a picture of what a trials bike looks like in a second here. Some people were saying, if you want to get specific, it might be closest to the KTM Duke 390, which is a type of trials bike. One theory, and this is kind of a far out one, but you never know. Maybe this is sort of a hybrid between a street fighter and a trials bike, and with that biker mechanic, we can customize our bikes to such an extent that we can take body parts of one bike and put them on to another bike, even though they're different types of bikes. That would be awesome, and that would make this update one of the best ones, I think, in GTA Online, if they allowed you to do that. Now, again, that might be a far-out theory, but maybe just keep that in the back of your mind. Now, here's a picture of what an actual trials bike looks like, and you can see it's kind of, I guess, because they do a lot of stunts and stuff on these trials bikes, they don't want them to be too heavy. It's pretty bare bones, and that's kind of what this red bike is. You can see also there are new rims. And then the guy on it, he's actually wearing some new glasses. The hat, I don't think, is new. The shoes, I don't think are new because those are just the spike shoes. The jeans could be new, and the shirt, it's hard to tell what that is. It's just like a black shirt with a logo on it. But again, this does kind of confirm that it's not just going to be the traditional biker stuff in this update. The other bike, the orange one, again, that's another new bike. It looks like, it almost reminds me of the Akuma a little bit, but another sort of sports bike. I think those are new rims. And the shoes that guy is wearing, they might even be new shoes because I don't think we actually have, it looks like they go from gray to black with like orange shoelaces. I don't think we have that color in the game. But overall, first picture, pretty decent, especially for the guys who aren't going to be traditional bikers. Next up, we'll go to the rat bike, and this picture I love just because this bike looks awesome. I love the rust look to it. It looks like straight out of Mad Max. And does this not kind of remind you of the Duke of Death? Like the Duke of Death and the rat bike here, that would be perfect in this update. So maybe let's pray that we get the Duke of Death finally. As for some new stuff, besides the obvious, you got the guy with the melee. One thing to note about that feature is he's actually using his left hand here, so I'm assuming it'll be you can either choose between your left side or your right side. He has the spiked bracelet on as well. We saw that in a few of the other screenshots. His jacket is new, and I think in a lot of these pictures you'll see a lot of new tattoos. One thing that's kind of disappointing, it appears we're not going to be getting some actual beards to online, which I still don't know why that's not possible, but you can see this guy, he just has a regular beard on. Apart from that, those might be new shorts that he's wearing, but those are definitely new shoes that he's wearing, some biker boots. So it looks like Fashion Friday, when this DLC comes out, is going to be pretty damn awesome. Now, the juiciest screenshot, I think, out of all of them, we have these four people here, and there's a lot in this picture. First off, and this is the most exciting, although it's going to be interesting to see how they actually implement this into your club system. Each one of these people are wearing different patches. The guy in the middle, you can see, says President. The guy on the right says Enforcer. The chick in the back says Vice President. And the guy on the left with the mohawk says Sergeant of Arms. Now, that's just four people. There's 4 extra slots in the biker crew or in your biker gang that you can make. So it will definitely be interesting to see how Rockstar actually implement those ranks into the club system. Hopefully it's not like the CEO update where the associates get shafted. It will also be interesting to see what other ranks they have. Maybe the other 4 are just prospect ranks. As for some other stuff in this picture, there's a bunch of new clothing options. You can see the different jackets on each of the characters. Some new pants as well, some ripped jeans on the guys on the left and the right. You got the leather pants in the middle. Obviously, as you guys saw in the video earlier, that's a new haircut on the guy on the left with the mohawk. That might be a new haircut for the chick in the back, and the guy in the middle, that also looks like a new haircut. Another thing I mentioned in the video earlier today is the axe that he's actually holding. That looks really awesome. And then there are the 3 bikes in the back. It's really hard to tell what they are because they are hidden, but a few things to note are the customization options. So the one in the middle, you can see it's got a skinny tire and some new rims. And where the light is, it has those springs. And then the one on the left, you can see it's got a much thicker tire. So that's another thing to look out for, the customization that's going to be coming with this update. Also, a few other things to note about this picture. 1, you can see those new shoes on the female character. 2, the animations that the guy in the middle and the guy on the right are doing, I don't know if that's something that Rockstar did specifically for this screenshot or if that's going to be 2 new animations that they let us do in game. And then 3, the building in the background. We might do a live stream later on today figuring out where that building is because maybe that's a clubhouse location since all 4 of these people are outside of it. Now moving into the last picture, we have these 4 people on the bikes, and again, a bunch of new clothing options. You got some ripped jean vests, you got the new bandanas that are on the guys on the right's heads, the new bikes as well. You can see again going to the thicker wheels, the guy on the left, and that's actually a different bike than the girl from the last picture because this bike only has 1 light. You can also see somewhat of a livery on that bike, and that hairstyle that he's wearing might also be something new. The guy in the middle, the main dude in this picture, the bike he's on, it's hard to tell 100%, but that might be the Harley V-Rod, which I'll go ahead and throw up a picture now. You can see, at least from the front, it's got somewhat of a similar look to it. One thing that's interesting about this bike specifically is underneath his foot, which again has those new boots on, you can see the tire in the back a little bit, and it's a lot thicker than the tire in the front. So it looks like those thicker tires, it's not just for both wheels. You can pick and choose with the biker mechanic. And then the 2 guys in the back, it's hard to tell exactly, what's going on because they are kind of far away and they are blurry. Those both look like new bikes that they're driving, and the guy on the right specifically, because you could see him in a little bit more detail on his right hand, that looks like another new wristband, but this one is not spiked, it looks like. So just going off of all the new customization to clothes, or to our characters that are going to be coming in this update, there's just another example. Now, apart from the screenshots, there were a few interesting tidbits of information in the Newswire, just the wording that Rockstar put. So in the main paragraph, they mention that the motorcycle clubs are going to be coming to the forefront of Los Santos and Blaine County with a rash of new all-competitive and cooperative gameplay. And it's just kind of funny how they had the word rash in there, because if any of my old-time gamers out there remember this game on the PS1, Road Rash, a game which was specifically you racing on bikes, and in it you could kick people off, punch people off, and it's a kind of fun Easter egg that they put in the Newswire, considering this biker DLC is basically what that game was. Another interesting tidbit of information, and this goes back to the screenshot with the 4 people and how they had their ranks on their jackets. So it says prospects must earn the president's respect to get promoted within the ranks. So I'm really hoping Rockstar does this system right, because if it's just the president, the guy who starts his own club, if he can just choose who he wants to promote, then it's going to be kind of lame. I'm hoping there's some sort of system where you start out as a prospect and then you have to do certain things with the president maybe to actually work your way up the ranking system. Another thing they mentioned was now wage war with assorted melee weapons while riding any motorcycle. So it's not just the new motorcycles that you can hit people on, with your melee weapons. So if you don't plan on buying any of the new vehicles, you can still use that feature. And then speaking of that feature, just going back to I think it was GP Joust, that fun MW2, that was the line of coding he found in the past that could be related to some sort of adversary mode we actually get, or maybe one of those challenges that they have, like the VIP and the CEOs have. Maybe there's a biker challenge and you have to joust somewhat, or I don't know. That it sounds kind of fun. So that feature, the melee feature, may not be the most useful in online gameplay or free roam gameplay, just because people will probably lock onto you with auto aim and shoot you. But for certain game modes and for certain instances, I think it'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, that is it with the video. If I missed anything, if you guys caught something, then let me know in the comment section. But I think I'm gonna be doing a live stream later on today, talking with you guys about all this, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So check that out when I do it. See you all in the next one. Drop a like if you are excited for this DLC. I know I am, and the fact that it comes out next week, that is really awesome. Anyway, see you in the next one. As always, it's your boy Saintsfan. I'm out. Peace.